got a legend in the building. For those who don't know, we got someone that's very influential in the game. I would say he influenced the influencers, for lack of better words. But for those who don't know, let them know who we got in the building.
What are you guys saying? It's Matt Russian, aka Loco. Right. You know, we want to get this done, and I was the one to holler you, let's get it done, like Saturday. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a good interview. We're going to make it as real as possible.
You know, I had to just finish up my hair real quick. So shout out to the lock stock, but we're going to have a $1 billion convo.
Time for a word from our sponsors. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to $1 Billion Convos on YouTube and follow us at $1 Billion Convos on Instagram.
I want to ask you, how do you feel to be someone that influenced the influencers?
I don't feel anything about that because I don't really feel that. You know what I'm saying? I just did my thing. It came out big, so I'm just a fan first. I don't really feel anything about that, to be honest. You know what I mean? Guys are doing bigger things than me. It's just you know, I did a big thing. Trying to keep it moving, watching other guys, supporting everybody.
You say support. One thing that you really been big on is support, right? Because there's a lot of people that are actually doing their thing now, and you actually, like, you know, you provide a platform for them to actually be out there, right? Like, shout out to Friday. I'm watching the clip right now. We see Friday. He's on there, and it's like, you just were being interviewed by Friday, but a lot of people don't know that you're probably one of the first people to interview him. Like, is there a lot of people that you see doing their thing now that you're kind of proud of their success?
Yeah, I'll say, you know what I mean? Nemesis, you know what I'm saying? Like Friday, lots of other guys doing stuff. Lots of guys put out sick music and stuff, been putting it out. But, you know what I'm saying? Like the biggest example right now, I would say, is Nemesis and Friday. I mean, Nemesis is huge in terms of like making videos. He's really talented. And Friday is, he's been doing this. He's the only one that's really been doing this for this long. You know what I mean? And he, like, all these interviews he's doing like that and stuff like that. He's doing it big for the city. And, I mean, he's putting out content and he's barefaced. A lot of guys are, you know, he's never hid his face. He says, he has his opinions. He's not scared to say his opinions. So I really respect guys like that are barefaced and are speaking their opinions.
Definitely. You probably had a lot of people when you put out your work back then that like probably wanted you to take down the content, or probably like how can I say this? You stood on your work because your work is still out there. It's not edited, it's not changed up or anything like that. How do you feel about authenticity and when it comes to your work and what you believe in?
I feel that if you have to go against yourself to take something down, you shouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to feel bad about it forever. You know what I mean? And so like stuff was heavily edited before, and a lot of scenes were taken out. Otherwise, I don't know what would happen to me right now. But we're talking 19 years down the road. You know what I'm saying? And that movie's been bootlegged everywhere and everything and everywhere. I'm not touching nothing off that DVD. I'm putting it out there. It is what it is, and it's staying like that. And I'm not now disrespect anything, but it'll be weird. Like I would make no sense to edit anything out of it. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion. It's a classic, and because the street said it, not because I said it, because the street hit me up, and that's why, you know, I'm really proud of that, because the streets are the ones that tell me that it's a classic. So for me, that's more than I could ever expect it. So I'm not touching none of that. It is what it is. It's in the past, but it's a classic. I'm not touching it.
I kind of want to give you your flowers because, like, when I saw you do this, it was one of the DVDs that actually inspired me and let me know that I could do my own thing as well, because you said the first one that you did was 2005, right?
Yeah.
So it's like back then, it's like you had to really be in touch with the streets to actually be out there and film these people, right? So when I seen it, it was kind of like the ice cream truck. Like I was waiting for it to come around, and then, not to say that it didn't come around, but I guess you were so busy with the content, but at least you putting it out there let a lot of people know that it's actually possible, because I don't even know what you used to edit it back then, but I'm sure like back then there wasn't like what we have now, right? What was the inspiration to actually say, you know what, let me capture this, let me put it out there?
That time there was no YouTube. There was MySpace was even after that. I think there was Hip Hop Canada. That's all I remember,
Shout out
brother.
Hip Hop
Hip Hop
Canada.
Canada. That's all I remember. Shout out Hip Hop Canada. Yeah, that's where guys like rappers were posting with their names. I don't think Drake posted on that, but everybody else but Drake would post on that. You know what I mean? Young Tony would post it with his own name. A lot of guys, Littles or some Littles. Like a lot of guys. So So what was my inspiration? My inspiration was like the fact that nobody believed that what was going on here was real. Like, because we had a hip hop scene too. It like really started popping up. Like the street rap was really popping like the 2002, those years, right? Like Point Blank Thin Line, like, I'm saying, Ghetto Concept, Crazy World, like that stuff. GCP a little bit later,
Yes,
like
yes.
those guys, that's when it started popping up, right? And I'm like, yo, we got the stuff. Like, I was at that time, I switched to strictly Toronto shit. Like, I was only listening to Toronto shit. I was like, talk about that after when like in Russia and stuff like that. I had to walk just to go to internet cafes to like listen to music and shit like that. But I was like out there. I'm like, yo, what's really got me coming back to Toronto? I come back. I'm really just coming back for the Toronto rap scene. That's my real only connection to Toronto is like the street shit, right? The rap shit. So I'm like, yo, when I get back, I'm gonna do something. So when I got back, everything came together, right? So I decided that I started going to concerts and stuff like that, going to concerts and stuff, and then but I was good at always making links. Like like when I went back to Russia, remember I went back to Russia after I came here when I was 10, went back to 19, and I was like in the outskirts, like the outskirts of Scarborough, but in Russia, it's rough, right? So I managed to find my spot in there. So like every time we're talking, I don't have an accent when I speak Russian. I'm like the locals, but like I missed 9 years, right? So I could be sitting there for an hour missing, not understanding a single reference because 9 years I missed. But then I found a way to find out, talk to the guys, get this thing right. So I managed. So I was there. If I could do this in a year and a half, I could make my way back and make home shit that I left as a kid. I could do this stuff in Toronto. I kind of got confidence of that. So I came back like focused and like on a mission. Yeah, and then going to concerts and stuff. I started making links and stuff like that, and that's what happened. I knew all the blocks. I researched everything. I just needed like to get in there, right? And then studio. Shout out to Gavin. He has a studio, and then in there I made links with a lot of guys, right? So
Gavin from Remix.
Yeah. Shout out to Gavin. Good guy, great guy.
I was in the first 2 years of the Remix party.
Yeah. I mean, that guy. I don't know who did more for people than him. You know what I'm saying? It's great. Yeah, so that helped me a lot to make connects. But the confidence, the inspiration was Hood to Hood because they were doing that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I would say Hood to Hood. That was one inspiration because all those DVDs started popping out before I was watching like Smack DVD, but it's more like like rap with all its burners and stuff like that. So that to me I didn't want the Hood to Hood with the story, all of that, but with the story and like moving around. I'm like, yo, this is we need this out here. And then I did that shit. And also Rap Sheet. When I did the squad.
Yes.
That's still one of my favorite videos. That's still possibly the most authentic video ever to come out of Toronto. Yes. So shout out to those. So for sure those guys are influencers, right? I only ran into them once, but it rocked the house. But yeah.
Shout out Rock the House.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself like a hip hop broadcaster? Because like one thing that you said is like the research and actually like talking to the people and figuring out what's going on, right? And also presenting the Toronto culture of hip hop to the rest of the world, like you said, Russian, right?
Not yet, but I feel like I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I have a good memory, so I remember everything, every song, everything that came out, the years, the blocks, who's from there, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, if a guy comes into an interview, I'd be able to know everything that he did. You know what I'm saying? Carry a conversation. So that's what I'm actually trying to do. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm moving to. So yeah, I would say not yet, but I'm on my way.
$1 billion Convos. Y'all better check them out. $1 billion Convos, BDC.